Okay, like we have basically InsuranceSuite, right? In Guideware, we have ClaimCenter, Policy Center, and Billing Center. Mainly these three things. Okay, that you know already, but still I'm. So you know Java concept basically, and Gosu language also. You don't have a problem. We have.
No.
Yes, correct. Then Guideware helps insurers streamline processes, improve customer experience. These and all are for beginners. Okay, I think this is not applicable to you. So basically, why we are going for ClaimCenter, you will be aware, right? So manual processing of claims is a very tedious process. So this has allowed and enhanced customers' productivity in terms of the ClaimCenter claims processing. Okay, because when we have a claim, we have different ways of processing different claims based on the federal jurisdictions also. So if we go for the manual process, it will be a very tedious one. So here we have a lot of automations in the automated exposures are there, and automatic validation rules are there. So this saves a lot of time for the customer. So that is the main pitching for the people to take this ClaimCenter in the insurance company. So that is the basic advantage of ClaimCenter. That is basically correct. Design it allows customer representative to create claims, adjusters, process claims, and supervise oversee claims and all. Adjusters and all, you are very familiar, right? Whenever a claim is created, it will be assigned to some person based on the jurisdiction and other loss type and all. No? Correct. Complexity of exactly. Yeah. So that is fine. Claims generally go through claim intake. You know, like for example, we create claim from the UI also, and other method is if they have a file, no, we can import the file also. Correct. So claim intake. So when we intake the claim, no, there are a lot of rules. Okay, we will come to that part later, because that will be the main focus for you, because that is of your importance. When we intake a claim, what are the things happening in the background? Okay, because when you enter the claim through UI, it's a different process. You will have a lot of validations in the PCF, so that user can, for example, last date you cannot enter in the future date. Correct. Those kind of validations are applicable in the PCF itself. But if the claim is intake through the background, no, like some data import, then some validation has to go through. Correct, because we don't have a UI validation. Correct. So for how those things are handled, these might be the interview questions. Okay, for example, when you are taking an interview, if they're asking, when you take a claim intake, how do you make sure data is correct? Normal answer is what? PCF. Through the PCF, we have the field validations. Correct. You cannot enter in a date field, you cannot go and enter a varchar. That is fine. So if the claim is intake from a backend, it is not there is, so those also need validation. Correct, because that also ultimately ends up to try to save in the database. So for that we have separate set of rules. Okay, there is a hierarchy of rules which will run. Loaded is there, segmentation and activity, assignment, work plan. These are set of validation rules are there. We will come there. Okay, for now we will understand that claim can be intake through UI and through the file imports. Okay, then adjudication is not always in any claim. You know the matters, right? In claim. Yeah. So some claims may involve the matters also. LexisNexis matters, in sense the claimant has a judicial dispute, law concerning some court cases, which involve court cases basically. Okay, payment is a basic thing. That's why we are going for the claim. How the payment is processed, and recovery. Do you know?
Recovery. Can you?
Yeah, no issues. Recovery is nothing but the reverse of payment. Okay, so for example, you are applying for somebody is there. Some vehicle incident happened. Okay, collision happened, somebody, but here the third party is at fault. Okay, it is clear. Then in US and all, it is they have camera everywhere. No, they have strict laws. If somebody, it's not like our place. If somebody comes and hit, also we will only go and claim the insurance and we will pay. But in US, the laws are very strict. No, when somebody is very clearly seen that they are liable to pay, somebody comes and hits somebody at the back of the car or something. Okay, then the insurance company can collect the money from that person, whoever is liable for the loss. Okay, this is one of the scenario. That is, payment for the exposure from the claim to the insured person. Correct. But recovery is a reverse. It is incoming money for the insurance company. It can be anything. Recovery from, this is one of the example I told. When somebody is liable, they have to pay. Okay, that will go through adjudication, and otherwise we have the salvage, where Sometimes it will be total loss. Okay,
Yes.
then they will scrap it to the proper vendor and they will get the money from there. That is also recovery for the claim center. Ultimately they will pay to insured, but money is incoming to claim center is recovery. So payment and recovery you have to um, these are very important. Okay, payment and recovery, what are the payment types, what are the recovery transaction types, will come there, because payment and recovery are one of the transactions. Another
Okay.
important transaction is a reserve transaction. Okay, these
Okay.
three transactions we will see later in detail,
Okay.
because we will get questions in the transaction types. What are the transaction subtypes, what is a payment transaction, what is a recovery transaction, what is a reserve transaction. Reserve transaction, you know?
Yeah, so reserve is basically setting aside some amount to pay for the claims.
Correct, that's perfect. Yes, yes. So for example, that can be set in the segmentation itself. Okay, so some classic example will be if it's a window, some collision is there and it's just a simple loss like windshield repair something, no, then we can usually they will set aside a reserve of very minimum amount like $500, something like that.
Yeah.
So that is, they have the initial reserve rules also, we'll see those in detail. Okay, that's fine
Okay.
for now. Then using claim center can lead to faster claim resolution, more accurate outcomes, improved customer satisfaction. Obviously, correct. When we are going for the claim center, it is totally dedicated for the claim processing, and they have a lot of industry experience and they have designed the rules so that um, and the claim processing is fast. For example, now what and all we have, no, automatic assignment of claims, you know. Okay, automatic assignment of exposure is also there. That means when some adjuster is full, okay, it will look for the other adjuster, correct. Otherwise it will be sitting in the queue of the adjuster who is busy. One example I'm telling, this claim will be put to another round robin method whose capacity is available, and also he is relevant to that federal jurisdiction area and his expertise also, all the things we can capture, no. Based on that, the claim uh, from the assignment itself, automation is coming into place, correct. So obviously the outcomes will be faster. And nowadays, in the latest cloud upgrade, what we have, if there is a complex exposure, okay, and it looks for the round robin plus already the same exposure type is assigned to some user, it will take the preference of that. Because for us also, no, if it's easy, it's only that variables is going to change and all the other processes same, we can do it easily, no. So those
Correct.
kind of things, no, they are introducing in the latest things. So we have a lot of validation tools so that um, from the beginning itself, no, we are not wasting time. Somebody's entering some wrong data, and even we have fraud detection system, correct. They're already applied for this, and they're trying to again get the money. We have the ISO, right? You have worked in ISO.
No, I've not worked, but no,
Oh, you have heard of that, no? Insurance
yeah.
service offices. Yes, it is like a fraud detection system. Lot of validations and lot of safety stuff are done so that the claim processing is improved. Okay, that is obvious thing. Claim center integrates with various systems and for allows for customization to meet specific business needs. This obviously, you know what. For example, claim you remember of any integration claim center of?
Yeah, I've worked on Thunderhead
Okay.
and uh, like some police verification system.
Correct. Yes, exactly. I think that's Metro reports, I think we are talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, true. Correct,
Correct.
correct. Yeah.
Perfect. Because integrations, when it comes to integration, the questions will be like, what are the integrations you have worked on? So basically, we can immediately say policy center. Correct.
Okay.
That is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
origin point of the claim. Without policy, there is no claim. Correct. So
Correct.
every claim center is integrated with the PC. Either it can be the PC can be some other. It may be in Guideware, may not be in Guideware, but ideally nowadays everywhere it's moving to cloud. No, everywhere it is ideally now PC is also in. If somebody is using Claim Center in Guideware, now it is very common that PC is also in Guideware only. But previously it was like some other policy
Yeah,
systems might be there.
yeah, yeah.
Nowadays everybody is going for upgrade. No? So PC, then billing center. Final thing, billing center. These are some integrations. Apart from that, no, Metro is a
Yeah.
very good example. Okay,
Okay.
ISO is also a very good example. Simple
Okay.
examples. What is ISO? Insurance Service Services. It is used for fraud detection system.
Okay.
So ISO, I will explain you separately. Okay, so that I will
Okay.
give you like 2-3 examples of integration, classical examples. Okay, which you
Okay.
can tell easily. It will be easy
Okay.
for you to remember also. So insurance services office, what it will do, whenever you enter the claim, we have the different validation levels, correct?
Yeah.
Like at the last level, okay, sent to external system,
Yeah.
sent to ISO, payment, like this
Yes.
maturity level. As soon as you enter enough data on the claim so that it's at the valid to send to ISO, we get messaging triggered from our side to the ISO office, correct? The
Okay.
payload will be triggered. Payload is nothing but it will have all these things: claim, what is the claim last date, what is the last date, what is the LOB code, and what is the address of the mainly details of the claimant, what is the address of the claimant, what is the contact of the claimant, okay, and what is the coverage he is applying this insurance for, applying this claim for. So
Okay.
then based on this payload, ISO will send the response. Okay, what is, for example, it can, if he is applying for the same coverage, he already applied for this claim in the sum and got the money, and he's trying to again apply, then we have to detect that, no? So it will have basically coverage alert, address alert, and one more alert is there. Mainly three alerts are there. I will get back on the third alert, but coverage alert, address alert, these are all used to find the fraud indicators. So this is one of the basic examples in integration, okay? So in integration, if they ask technically about the integration, you will that also I will explain. That's very simple only, okay? So how the payload is generated, how do you send to ISO and all will be maybe the other questions, but if you explain this functionally, they will know that you have worked in this ISO integration, okay? So ISO integration, we have the messaging config XML, correct?
Yes.
Correct, yeah. If you know that flow, it will be very easy for you to explain end to end. So you will be able to explain one integration, okay? Then at least we should have 2 3. Is there any other integration you worked on? If they ask, no, I will give you some other examples. We have arms rental car update, correct? As soon as some collision has happened, okay, they will give the rental car to the user until the car is okay, this thing. Also we have other integration, like for some car is damaged, no, we need the vehicle inspection. Okay, they will come and inspect the vehicle and estimate the damage, okay? These are all integrations, okay? I can give you solid 2 to 3 examples. You can note down and use it in your interview, okay, from the real time, okay?
Sure.
So you are basically looking like when you are working with both configuration and integration. From your thing, I see that you have worked in both, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing, okay, so data model is very easy for you, okay? Data model, basically what is the purpose of claim processing, right? ClaimCenter claim processing, ultimately we are gathering the data, correct? About the incident, what happened, and we are processing the data. With this data, is a valid data or not? Is it can go to the next maturity level? Then is it applicable for the coverage, particular coverage? Is payment is okay? Okay, if payment is okay, then what is the next step? Then we have to pay the check. If the correct, if the payment is okay, also is there any third party we need to pay? Third party liabilities there? What are the all this all data collection only, okay? So for the data should be in some proper hierarchy, correct? So that's why we have the data model. So data model, basically entities and type lists, okay? These two are the main things we need to understand in case of the data model, correct? Entity, correct? Entity is basically the root object, okay? Entity is a root object for the ClaimCenter data model. For example, we have the claim entity, obviously, okay? What we have in the entity is basically, if like you are worked with Java, any case, Java background, or you are?
Yeah, it was long back, but yes.
Okay. See, they will say as object relational mapping, okay? For example, I have claim, in that I have claim number, okay? Then I have last date, okay? Then I have the last description, okay? Then I have what's the LOB code. So this claim has a wide range of data, okay? Each of this data is represented on the database side as a table and columns. Claim will be a table, correct? Last data, last type, yellow band, and each of these will be the columns on the table. Represent, this is a object relation mapping. For you in Guidewire, it's object, correct?
Yeah.
Claim object. In the claim object, you are setting claim number. Claim number. You are not setting claim number. Claim number will be automatically set. You will be setting the last description, last type, LOB, and everything. Everything is what is happening. It is getting saved in the backend as a data in the database. So this is a ORM mapping data model. Claim object is mapped to the claim table, correct? And inside this data model, we have a lot of relationship like foreign key, array, that and all we will come. Okay, that and all
Okay.
forms a total data model.
Okay.
Basically, data model is object relation mapping. Whatever it's a root object you are having, you are entering data to the through the PCF or some other files. It gets validated and then it gets saved to the database. Okay, and it all happens. So data model, basically we have to understand about the entity and the type list. Okay.
Okay.
So entity, for example, no, we have the claim. Okay. If you see under the claim, we have what mainly we have last date, claimant. There will be a key to claimant, who is the main insured in the claim. Okay. Then what's the last type? Last type in the sense, for example, last type can be auto. Correct. Auto means vehicles or property loss. Okay. Or workers compensation loss. Okay. These are examples I'm telling. For example, auto means what? Some vehicle incident or something, collision, something. Property in the sense, they can. I have a home. No, I can put some insurance. Okay, on that property. Somebody is doing a theft or something on the home, or some vandalism. No, then that last type is a property. Okay. So mainly auto and property, and then workers comp. Okay. So last type is nothing but a type list. Okay. Type list, you are aware, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly for the drop down.
Correct. It's mostly for drop down, and it's mainly things predefined set of values. Okay.
Okay.
It cannot be any value. That is so each value in the type list is called a type code. Okay. So last time you have to select either auto, property, or workers comp, and one or two other things based on the client requirement. They might have specialized last types, electronic data, something like that, electronic cyber risk data, cyber data, that also may be added to the. But basically, ClaimCenter package comes with 4. I think it has auto, property, workers comp, and one more is there. Okay, I will check that. Okay. Apart from that, client can add more last types. Okay. But last type is the most granular one. Okay, it cannot be like 50 to 60 and all. It should be under like 5 to 6, because under last type you have the LOB code. Okay. Under LOB code, you have the policy type. Like that, the hierarchy is there. We will talk about the hierarchy in detail. Okay, that is also important. Okay. What is last type? They will ask about, simply they will ask, do you know the claim hierarchy? Okay, that means hierarchy is nothing. Okay, for example, you have a last type, auto. Okay, under, it is a very generic term. Correct. The auto can be personal auto, commercial auto. Okay. So either I am personal person, I'm going and taking a claim insurance for me, for my own vehicle, personal auto. Okay. Company is providing vehicle for his employees. Okay. Then it will be a commercial package. Okay. So that is line of business. Okay. Last type is a most granular, top level thing. Then one step below is a LOB code, line of business. So if auto is last type, what LOB? Personal auto or commercial auto. Okay. Under personal auto, you have the policy type. Okay. Policy type is nothing but for personal auto, what are the things the policy is providing? Correct. If one insurance policy will say, if you take a personal auto policy with me, I will cover your these damages in your vehicle. Okay. But I will not cover your physical damage. Okay. But another policy package will say, I will cover all your vehicle damage plus your physical damage also. So this is the policy type hierarchy. You got it? So there can be so last type, LOB code. Then after that, the policy type. You are understanding this. You are able to visualize the picture.
Yeah.
Last type. Then what LOB? Personal or commercial? Personal. Okay. Personal, under personal, what package? You have a complete package, or that will be the business name only. What package? Policy package. Okay. After that, we have exposure type. Okay. Coverage type and all is there. All this is all this I need to explain in a separate class. Okay. That complete hierarchy stuff. Okay. But for now, you can understand that the hierarchy is from last type is the starting point. Then you have the LOB code. Then you have the last type. Sorry, then you have the policy type. Okay, then we have exposure type.
Exposure.
Okay, exposure
Okay.
type, why we have? Because you have what data you are going to collect. Based on that, I need to give the screen, no? So you are going to collect injury incident, is a injury, something happened, then you have to collect details about the injury, what happened, is it a fatal injury, or the injury is minor, what are
Okay.
the areas affected, head, neck, like that. You will collect data. But if it's a vehicle collision, what you will collect? You will collect data about the vehicle, correct? It's a it's a two-wheeler or four-wheeler, it's a third party liability, or who is the driver license, okay, what's the driver. So this screen needs, no? So then when you select the exposure type only, I can give the screen. Okay,
Okay.
so we need the exposure type is another hierarchy. Then comes the coverage type. Okay, coverage type and coverage subtype. Coverage is nothing but, as I said, no, okay, you are saying it's a bodily injury. Okay, yeah, somebody is injured, but my coverage is not going to cover third party. Okay, it is only for first party. That means this coverage will not cover any third other injuries for other person, only for the insured person. So we have the coverage type here. That all those information we need, no? Coverage type, and then finally the coverage subtype. Okay, so you can explain from last type to coverage subtype. Okay, but I will explain coverage subtype, but it is little bit complex. Okay, it is a combination of the coverage and exposure type. Okay, but we need to know that, so that no, you will not be stuck to tell the full hierarchy. Okay, but that I need to explain with this, some proper example, so that you will get it easily. Okay, but for now, remember there is something called claim hierarchy, and it begins with the last type. Okay, and ends with the coverage subtype. Okay,
Yeah.
so next, incident entity you would have seen, right? What is the incident type?
Yeah.
Injury incident or vehicle incident. Okay, or it's a property incident. We have a lot of incident types. Okay, then if it's injured or not, is there a description? Incident location, in case of property incident type, we should definitely mention the location. Okay, and if you note this, we have reference to claim ID here, correct? Why? Can you try to tell?
This will be a foreign key to the claim entity.
Correct, perfect. But you should not say foreign key. Okay, you are correct, but foreign key is a
Reference.
wrong word. Why I am saying, no, this is actually it's an array. Okay, a claim can have a number of incidents. It can be injury incident also can be there. Okay, then property vehicle incident also can be there. Okay, vehicle incident can result in injury, no? So there will be two incidents. Vehicle incident, where you will enter the data about the vehicle, and somebody is injured, you will create injury incident. You will say his bone is fractured, person's, then that person's details and all you will give. So like that, it can have n number of incidents. So claim will have n number of incidents. But how when I look at the incident table, how do I know this belongs to which incident? That's why we have this what you called as foreign key, but we should not call it as foreign key. Okay, it's a reference to the claim
entity.
which it belongs to. Okay, so if say somebody ask, no, they will ask, okay, how many incidents can a claim have? Sometimes they will ask. Okay, it's an array. It's an array entry in the claim. A claim can have a number of incidents. It can, because not necessarily all incidents will lead to a package payment. Okay, because based on the exposure and coverage only we are going to pay, but it can still have incidents. You might have a vehicle collision occurred. You will create both injury incident and a vehicle incident, but my package might pay only for the vehicle incident. Those scenarios will be there, but still you will record that in the claim. Okay, you're getting my point, no? Still you will record that claim. Even in some cases, no, incident only claims will be there. What is incident only claim? If you mark it as incident only claim, it means that there is going to be no payments on the claim. Okay, it is just a recording that this has occurred in like that. They will just record it for the purpose of the claim. That there is not going to be any, generally there won't be any, but it might change depending on the customer. Some customers may want it for record only purposes. Okay, but generally there won't be any payment on an incidents only claim. Okay, so incident claim incident, and another thing is exposure also you need to know. Okay, what is next class now I will say what is claim, what is claim, obviously you know. Okay, exposure and incident, these three objects now we should be able to easily explain them. Okay, sometimes they will ask basic. Okay, so you should be able to, if you explain the example, no, it'll be very easy.
Okay.
So exposure, when it comes, no, coverage will come into picture. Okay, based on, because exposure is entity we are using to track the payments. Okay, for what loss, for what coverage you are paying the customer, that is the exposure entity. Okay, correct, no? You make payments against the exposures coverage only, correct? One exposure can have multiple coverages, but ultimately the exposure is for tracking the payments. Okay, this is fine, no? Next. Okay, we'll see a little bit detail about entities. Entities are, as you know, high-level business objects used by Guidewire application, such as contact, claim, incident, exposure. Correct? This you know. So this also we can root object of PCF. Yes, in any PCF file, what, for example, you are going for a new claim wizard. When you click on new, then claim object will be there, no, which you will populate. Or you are opening an existing claim. Okay, you are opening an existing claim in the UI. That screen will have what, a claim object. From the claim object only it can give all the data, no? What is the last date, what is the last detail, what are the exposures, what are the vehicles involved, and all, everything you see in the last summary screen from the root claim object. Correct? So that's why they are saying it's a root object for PCA files. Ghost rules, obviously. Correct? We have claim validation rules. Okay, claim closure rules. Okay, claim segmentation rules. For everything, claim is a root object. Similarly, we have exposure validation rules, exposure closure rules, transaction validation rules. Only the object will change. For exposure validation, exposure will be root object. Correct? For transaction validation,
is it reserve?
Transaction itself is a root object. Okay, then you will subtype it based on that. Reserve or payment or recovery, you will subtype internally. Okay, but basically transaction root object. Okay. Then entity defines set of entity fields to store information. This is a very basic only, but just we'll brush it up. Okay, claim entity is a table. These are all the columns on the claim entity table. Correct? For your object, these are all variables of the object. Okay, what is the, so these are all the fields in this. How many types of fields we can see? This is a simple column. Correct? Last it does not relationship with anything else. Plainly what do you call, simple column. Okay, claimant actually claimant is a relationship. Okay, because here you are not going to have the claimant name. What you will have here, any idea?
Claimant is the person, the insured, basically.
Perfect. Yes, yes. So what you will have here, what data, for example, in a particular row of a claim, what data you will have in this column?
For claimant? Claimant, I think his first name and last name.
No. Okay, I think it will be the reference. Okay, it will be the reference to the contact object. Okay.
Okay.
Correct. So it will be the contact ID. Okay. So it can, when I say claim.claimant, I don't want his name. I don't want the entire thing. Correct. When I say claim.claimant, I will get the whole contact. Correct. Then I can say claim.claimant.name, whatever you told, no? Everything we can take. Okay. So this is a foreign key. Reference to the contacts table. Okay. Or I think in the inside the claim center, first it will be claim contact, then contacts table. Okay. Claim contact, from the claim contact, it will refer to the contact table. So this is not a simple column. It is a relationship column. Then coming to last type, is it a simple column?
Yes.
Yes and no. Okay.
It will be a type list.
Perfect. Yes. That's the correct thing. Okay, it is a type code for a single row, but yes, it is a type list. Correct. Last type will be a type list, and type code for a single row. It can be what, as I said, no, auto or so. Looking at this itself, you will know last type. Okay, this is auto claim. Okay, this is a property claim. Okay, this is a workers' compensation claim. Correct. That is the last type. Incidents.
Instance will be referring to an array of incidents.
Perfect. Yes, yes. Assigned user.
Assigned user, I think it will be simple. No, it will be referring to the user entity.
Yes, you can boldly say it's a foreign key. Okay. Because user table is there. user will have what credential, his roles and everything. That will
Yeah.
have all the data of the user. But for
Mm.
from me, claims perspective, to whom it is assigned,
Mm.
just a foreign key to the users table.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So these are all the different type of the
Mm.
entity fields the entity can have. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see here, that's what I have explained here.
Mm.
First we saw simple column, which
Mm.
is the last date.
Okay.
Then we saw a foreign key assigned user as a classic example.
Mm.
If at all they ask what is foreign key,
Mm.
see, claim is a claim assigned user. Claim has
Mm.
assigned user foreign key to the users table.
Okay.
Correct,
Mm.
no?
Mm. Yeah.
From the claim dot assigned user, I can take the user credential,
Mm.
user roles, everything.
Okay.
It's a foreign key. Okay.
Mm.
And array, what is array? You can easily explain. Claim dot incidents.
Mm.
Simple example.
Okay.
Even in OTB, you have claim dot injured incidents, claim dot vehicle incidents. It will give only the vehicle incidents. Claim dot injured incidents. If you say, it will
Mm.
give only the injured incidents on the claim. Or if you say simply claim dot incidents, it will give you all the incidents. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And one more thing, Deepa. So do you have the claim center installed? They said it will be installed in your machine.
No, it is not done.
Okay, follow up on that. Okay, we need to
Okay.
get the installables. No, it will
Mm.
be easy for us. We can open and use the go to
Yeah.
scratch pad, and it will be
Okay.
easier to
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk
correct.
to
No,
them.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
follow. So type key, correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
No need to explain. Predefined list of objects,
Mm.
generally used for the
Mm.
drop down.
Okay.
Another example,
Mm.
reference any other object. Yeah, what is a data field stores single value that does not reference any other object or table. Correct. No need. For
Correct.
example, last date need not go and refer anything else. Correct.
Mm. Correct.
Uh, Preferred by content. We may have Boolean also.
Mm.
Boolean
Yeah.
score. These are also examples. Foreign key. We saw the example.
Mm.
Basically, foreign key stores reference to a related object in data model. Correct only. No, assigned
Yeah.
user is just a reference about another related object.
Mm. Mm.
Correct.
Yeah.
And foreign key is a unidirectional. This is important. Okay,
Okay.
unidirectional only. But array
Mm.
is not unidirectional. Okay,
Mm.
when I say claim dot incidents, incidents
Mm.
also will have a reference to that claim. Then
Okay.
only the incident I can, for example, claim has 10 incidents.
Mm.
One of the incident row will have claim ID. All the incident
Mm.
rows will have the reference to back to the claim ID.
Mm.
Here, user table will not have any reference back to claim.
Okay. Mm. Yeah.
That's why it's unidirectional. Okay.
Okay.
Array fields also we saw, type lists and type key fields also we saw. Okay.
Mm.
Um, we have any doubts so far? We want to uh, brush up anything specific with respect to data model, or any entities or type lists?
No, I think we
I
are
think yeah.
good.
So far it's the basic things only going on.
Yeah. Yes.
And one more thing you have to main thing is super type and subtype. Okay.
Okay.
um, Super type and subtype is a Java concept. Okay, for example,
Mm.
simple example is there. Okay, we are dealing with say customers. Okay,
Okay.
somewhere. Okay, we have privileged customers and you have regular customers. Okay,
Mm.
so privileged customers will have some special fields.
Mm.
Regular customers will have some special fields, but
Okay.
both these customers have something in common only.
Mm.
Correct? What is that?
Yeah.
Everybody is going to have a name.
Mm.
Okay, everybody is going to have a customer ID. Okay,
Mm.
everybody is going to have an address or phone number.
Okay.
These are
Yeah.
all common fields for both the customers. But
Mm.
based on your business thing, you are
Mm.
saying for regular customers I'm going to give discount. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
for privileged customers I'm going to give gift.
Mm.
Now the variation comes.
Okay.
Correct, they have
Mm.
lot of similar fields, but
Mm.
there are some specialized fields.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
in that case they will be subtyped. So what you will do, you will create a customer's root object, parent
Mm.
object. You will create two child objects.
Okay.
What are the regular customer and privileged customer? Okay,
Okay. Mm.
now what is the advantage of this? You need not go and write the name and customer ID in regular customer and privileged customer. It is
Mm.
already inherited from the customers.
Mm. Mm.
correct?
Mm.
So this is a reusing, okay?
Mm.
Instead of writing redundant code, this is a very good example for reusing. So
Okay.
if at all in future you are creating, you are required to create a data model, no,
Mm.
you should know if there is a scope to subtype, you have to subtype. But mostly you will inside Guideware you will not face that, because
Mm.
every main object they will itself have, but you have to understand.
Mm.
Okay, this is a subtype of this, you have to understand. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
so customer privilege, tomorrow you have some other customer, okay,
Mm.
elite customer something,
Mm.
then that will be again a child of the customer only. You have
Okay.
something special for them, you
Mm.
can just reuse all the fields from the customer only.
Okay.
Okay, so here in
Mm.
ClaimCenter the classic example is actually the contacts. Okay, it's a very good example, easily we can say claim
Okay.
I have a lot of contacts, right? If you see the parties involved screen,
Mm.
you will have the related contacts. Okay,
Mm.
you will have claimant. Okay,
Mm.
you will have the driver. Okay,
Mm.
you will have a adjuster, you will have adjudicator. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
lot of things, you will have witness. Okay,
Okay.
all these are claim parties and claim contacts.
Mm.
Okay, but each of them have a specific role, okay, and the specific type. And you will
Okay.
have vendor contact also, importantly. If it's a
Mm.
vehicle collision, you would have seen there will be something like car repair shop, ABC
Mm.
car repair shop will be there. Correct or
Okay.
not? You will
Mm.
if you go to parties involved screen, if you
Mm.
go to contacts, you will definitely see these things. Okay,
Mm.
insured.
Okay.
Okay, then you will see uh, insured, definitely you will see. Then you
Mm.
will see some company name, because claim will be associated with some company. As soon as a
Mm.
claim is raised, either vehicle inspection,
Mm.
or if it's a injured thing, no, they will integrate with Medicare organization. Okay,
Okay. Mm.
then if it involves legal matter,
Mm.
adjusters, attorneys and all will be there.
Mm.
Okay, if it's a medical claim, doctors will be there. Okay,
Mm.
these are all lot of contacts are there. So
Mm.
all these contacts have something in common:
Mm.
name, okay, their ID by which we fetch them, okay,
Mm.
they have address, they have a
Mm.
preferred contact, everything is common. But doctor,
Mm.
for a doctor you will have a specialization. Okay, he is
Mm.
specialized in surgery.
Mm.
Okay, for attorney, no need that. Okay, he will be having some other fields which we need to enter. He
Okay.
is a district attorney or
Mm.
law firm. What is this? For doctor, you have to enter what doctor's license number. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
attorney, you will have, that will be some other name as per the business requirement. Okay, so
Mm.
these are all the specific capture fields relevant to that person. Okay,
Mm.
I cannot go and enter law adjudicator ID for a doctor. I should not be allowed to enter that. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
so how do we do that? This is super type and subtype. Okay, for
Okay.
example, you have a contact.
Mm.
It can be a simple person also. Simple person example is a claimant. Okay, I'm
Mm.
a claimant, I'll be a simple person. Okay,
Mm.
company, what is the example? For example, arms
Mm.
rental company.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
that is a company contact. That is also
Mm.
a contact for me, but it is a company contact. It will have a
Okay.
company name. Person will have a first name, last name.
Mm.
Okay, and
Okay.
name also they will have. How do you commonly call them? Name also will be there. Okay,
Okay.
then under person,
Mm.
he's a vendor person also can be there.
Mm.
Vendor, not necessarily a company. He
Mm.
can be a vendor for glass.
Mm.
Correct?
Yeah.
Why we are having all these contacts? Because vendor means you will make payment, you will get invoice from him.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
you will get some services based from this vendor, and you will be paying him. Okay, and
Okay.
person may be a witness
Mm.
also. He may be a
Okay.
claimant, he may be a witness.
Mm.
And in case of any law related stuff, no,
Mm.
you have to go to court and something, adjudicator will be there.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
then vendor. Okay,
Mm.
it's a classic example of vendors. Attorney is nothing but attorney, lawyer, right?
Mm. Mm.
Then the doctor in case of medical. So doctor will have some fields. I will give you perfect fields itself. Okay, because in interview,
Okay.
if it will be better
Mm.
if if you say the correct field name.
Okay.
I don't have it on the top of my mind,
Mm.
but I will give the field names for these two. Okay,
Okay.
so that no, you can easily say,
Mm.
if in case they ask about this, you can as soon as you say like this itself, it's okay.
Mm.
But if you want to more detail explain,
Mm.
attorney will have this field. Okay,
Mm.
and doctor will have attorney will have law license number.
Mm.
Okay, I
Mm.
cannot say law license number to doctor. Just I'm
Correct.
giving a example.
Mm.
So witness will have his own ID, some any
Mm.
unique person ID. Okay, but
Mm.
attorney, I need his law license number. For doctor, I need his surgery, some other that field name only I will give you. Okay, for him it's law license number. For him it is some other field.
Okay.
I cannot go and enter the doctor ID for him. That field I will give you. Okay, so that we can explain it clearly. Adjudicator company. So this, but this concept you are okay, right?
Yeah.
How we are subtyping. Okay, actually I prepared it for I didn't know your 5 years already, you know, so I would have prepared more, because this would have taken long, no, if it's a complete fresher.
Yeah.
I so I have finished 20 minutes earlier itself. Okay, so
Okay.
we will discuss what I'm planning tomorrow.
Okay.
Now you know what is data model. Okay, how
Yeah.
to, what is a data model, what are the different fields in a data model, what's the relationship. Okay, what is a foreign key, what is an array, what is a type key. These are all basic, correct? Now
Okay.
what I am going to do, a little bit functional we will go first. Okay,
Okay.
like for example, you have a claim center, you have a claim object. What is a claim object? What is the exposure object? What is the incident object? We will see. Okay, so immediately if somebody asks you, explain some exposure, what do you mean by exposure, what is exposure exactly, then we need to explain. No, exposure is
Yeah.
basically marks the payment, whatever you are making in a claim, no,
Yeah.
against the coverage. For what coverage you are paying, we will see that is with example. So that, no, when somebody when you have the example, no, it will be easy for you to explain. So incident,
Okay.
what is incident? You know what happened, but their coverage doesn't come into picture. Only incident happened, just something happened. Then comes the coverage, there comes the exposure, then comes the payment. Okay,
Okay.
we will see that. So what is a claim object, what is exposure object, what is incident object, then we go for payment object, transaction object. Okay, we will see these objects alone in one class. Okay,
Okay.
once we go to the transaction object, you will have payment object, reserve object, recovery object. Okay, so end to end we will have at least a functional flow. No,
Okay.
you are entering the claim data, last details, you are entering the incident, then you are entering the exposure. Okay, everything is fine, coverage is mapped, then you are going for the payment. Okay, this will not take much. Okay, I will explain this flow. Okay, after that we will, what we will do, um, when you enter the claim, what happens as soon as you enter the claim, no, what is the first rules that will get fired?
Okay.
That and all I will explain. Okay, because when you load a claim from some file, you can have any data, it's a file, no, it will go and try to sit in the database. From PCF you will restrict it. For this, what you will do, that might be a question. Okay, for that we have separate set of rules which will fire only for imported claims.
Okay.
Okay, so that and all we will see. That is called loaded. Okay, loaded, that is a rule set. Okay, loaded.
Yes.
You have heard of this loaded segmentation?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, correctly. Right now loaded segmentation, then what? Assignment.
Yeah.
Assignment is nothing but assigning the claim to proper adjuster based on the last location, what is the complexity of the claim and all. Okay, then work plan in case of any activities and all, no, you will create, for example, vehicle incident, no, immediately you will create a automatically activity created for the vehicle inspection.
Yeah.
Somebody should come and inspect the vehicle. Assignment, work plan, I think then it's pre-set up. Okay, pre-set up rules will be there. Then initial reserve rules will be there. Okay, initial reserve rules, pre-set up, I think you will create in case of any automatic exposures, no, you will be creating automatic exposures.
Okay. When we create the claims itself.
Sorry,
when we create the claims itself.
Correct, yes, when you create the claim itself, in some cases, okay, they have the automatic exposure, not automatic in the pre-setup or pre-update also they might create. Usually they will create before segmentation. Okay, loaded, I think before segmentation pre-setup will come. Okay, then based on the exposure they will segment the claim. Okay, I will give the complete hierarchy of that one. That order is very important. Okay, when we go for the interviews, as soon as a claim is in what are the rules will fire. Okay, that is very important and very easy one only. Okay, it will be easy for understand. I will take these two in the next class. Okay, I'll explain about claim object, exposure object, incident object, and then payment objects. Okay, checks. Okay, checks, check life cycle. Then I will take this what is that rules.
Okay,
what are the rules we will be firing as soon as you intake the claim, we will see in the next class. Okay, I think these two will cover for 1 hour. Correct, because we have to see each exposure. No?
Yeah.
Then next class we will see about the hierarchy. Okay, that is also important for interview purpose.
Okay.
What is the hierarchy of the claim? What is the claim hierarchy? Simply they
Okay.
will ask hierarchy itself. Immediately we should say last type LOB code. What is the next thing? Last type LOB code,
Exposure.
policy type,
Exposure type,
exposure type,
coverage,
coverage subtype.
Yeah.
Okay, those things. If you start explaining one or two of these with the example itself, okay, she knows, you will understand. Okay, not that all the time you have to explain from top to bottom. The way you explain last type and LOB code, he should know, okay, she is knowing this one, like that. Okay, yeah. So you work how long before Deepa? Like, what is you work before 5 years, huh? Or
No, I have experience close to 12 years.
oh my god, okay.
Yeah, but I was working in different technology, and I also had a
Oh, you're working in different technology. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, and I had a break also, and a maternity break I had.
Yeah, so you worked before like 2 years or 1 year back, or how long?
4 years. 4 years.
Oh,
The
4 years.
break.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem, Deepa. We can cover up. Actually, nowadays, no, it's like everywhere. It's a cloud upgrade. Okay.
Okay.
Um, everywhere they are doing the cloud upgrade or either preparing for a cloud upgrade. Okay.
Okay.
So I will try to give some inputs on that finally also. But interview questions are this only. They are mainly want to know the candidate knows the basic things, no, for the claim. Then only because upgrade, everybody is new to upgrade. Okay. If you know all these things, definitely. Even I used to attend a lot of interviews recently, so I can help you with that also. Okay. Not that this 20 hours. Apart from that also, I can give you inputs. Okay. Not
Thank you so much. Pankaj, can you tell me about this cloud thing? It's very new to me.
Yeah, cloud thing, no. What is the thing? They are just doing upgrades. Okay. Initially, what they told, no, cloud for improving the performance of the claim center. Till that it was okay. Okay. They said claim center 10, and before upgrading to cloud, you have a lot of prerequisites. Okay. Database consistency checks. So when you move to cloud, no, definitely they have a lot of advantage in space. In terms of space, no, they will have a server. Otherwise, rooms and rooms of server for this data. For cloud, data is allocated at runtime. Okay. So as and when you, that is the main importance with cloud. Okay. So that you don't occupy the entire hard disk for every time. Okay. As and when the user uses it, the cloud is allocating automatically the space storage. Okay. So everybody wants to migrate to cloud, and Guideware is also integrated with cloud. No, they have partnership with cloud. So you have done any certification, Deepa?
ClaimCenter?
ClaimCenter you have done certification?
Yeah. ClaimCenter 9.
Oh, 9 you done. Okay. Okay. ClaimCenter 10 is where you. I have the material with me for 10. I can share and show you so that you get an idea of that. Okay. Whatever cloud upgrade projects, how it happens. No, they have some cloud upgrade tools. Okay. But you have to be in ClaimCenter 10. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Okay. If you're in 8 or 9 and you're directly moving to cloud, it will be a problem.
Okay.
You will have a lot of files to merge, and it will be a complex process. So now for the next 5 years, no, upgrade is the main thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But that doesn't mean in interview you will get only cloud questions. Okay. Not at all. I recently attended interview. Even last month I attended. Okay. Cloud is the last question they will ask. Okay. But you should just know about that cloud migration. Okay. Cloud migration also, question wise they cannot ask anything. Okay. Because everything, how do you migrate? I have not worked on cloud migration. Correct. Main thing is you should know all the claim center concepts. Okay. So for cloud migration, you should be aware what are the latest updates. I will tell you those names. What is the latest claim center cloud? We have like Last Linux, Hadoop. Okay. Hakuba, Elysian. These are the cloud upgrade product names. Okay. In case for extra safety, the latest is, I think, Last Linux. Mammoth. Okay. I will tell what are the latest features in the Mammoth. That will be additional thing. Even if they ask, no, do you know anything about cloud upgrade? Yeah, I know the latest release of ClaimCenter cloud upgrade is Mammoth, and its special features are so and so. If you answer, that's all.
Okay.
Mammoth has only 2 or 3 special features. Okay.
Okay.
One of the thing is that assigning the claim and exposure to the based on the expertise of the adjuster. For example, you are handling what is high complexity glass claims, okay, which is involving adjudicator.
Okay.
Another exposure is coming. It will choose you because you have already worked on this type of thing. That for that they have introduced one OTB method. Okay,
Okay.
that is one of the thing, and apart from that, it has one more feature. Okay, I will explain that also. Okay, claim, okay, but just I have added. Claim entity is the most important fundamental entity which holds the important claim data as usual. Okay, claim holds the relevant data of the loss occurred. Mainly, some loss has occurred, right? So we are capturing all the data related to that loss. Okay, and it holds reference to the policy. That is the important thing because you have from the policy only we have the claim. So from the claim.policy you can access all the policy related data also. Okay. It holds the basic details related to the claim. Some of the fields have not. Last date is one of the main things. Last date, claimant, LOB last type. LOB last type we will see in detail. Okay, it's a part of the hierarchy. Okay.
Okay.
And the last cost. What is the cost of the loss? Also is one of some of the notable fields in the claim entity. This is just a claim entity. They will not. They won't ask what is claim, just for the starting. Okay.
Okay.
Then incident. Okay, what is the incident? Incident is mainly the entity which captures the data about the loss event. What happened exactly? Like is it a theft? Is it an accident? Okay, or is it some catastrophe? Okay, and what happened at the last event and details about that last event. If it's for example vehicle incident, no, some vehicle is crashed. Okay, then what the last, it will be a vehicle incident, then it will capture details about the vehicle, where did the accident happen, at the premises or not, then what kind of vehicle it is, then it will capture details about the driver has a license or not, driver license number. So these are all the data about the last event, correct? So that will be a vehicle incident. Okay, now it can be injury incident also. Same one event has happened, but 2 incidents are there, correct? Some accident happened, vehicle is also damaged, person is also injured, then we will have injury incident as well, correct?
Yeah.
So a claim can have a number of incidents. Okay, and but exposure will be tied to one incident. Okay, each exposure can be tied to one incident. So if you see, we will go to that. Okay, how many exposure, how many incident we will go, then we will see the mapping between incident and exposure. Now if you see vehicle collision, we have vehicle incident, injury incident. For now we will understand this also. There are different types of loss. Okay, different type of loss events. For that we have to capture different type of data. Okay, how they are mapping, no? In the PCF, for example, we have you have say vehicle collision damage. Okay, vehicle collision damage, they will map it to vehicle incident. Okay, you have a bodily injury exposure. In that drop down you will get injury incident. Okay, you're getting that connection. So that kind of mapping they will do in the PCF stuff. Okay, because in the PCF when a person is trying to map for a bodily injury exposure, he should not go and map a vehicle incident. Correct, no? That doesn't make any sense. So okay, that's how they limit the mapping in the PCF. Okay, this one, if you understand the functional doors, it will be easy for you to explain in the interview. Correct. So vehicle incident. So vehicle incident, you would have seen the screen. I think once it is up now, we can see again for refresh. Vehicle incident, they will have the VIN number of the vehicle, correct? Make, model, year. Make, model, year of the vehicle, then last location, obviously where did the accident happen. Okay, what is the last cause of the vehicle, you collided with another vehicle, or it's a cause of the loss is animal or something, ditch or curb, did you, all the details whatever is captured possible, no, it will be captured about the vehicle and the driver, and if any passengers are there. Okay, so the vehicle incident will have this kind of data, and if the accident is fatal or not also can be there. Okay, then injury incident definitely what it will have, where did I mean where in the sense which body part is affected. Okay, that will have a separate type list and all, shoulder, head or lungs, lower part, those things, right? Then what is the thing? It's a cut or abrasion. What happened there exactly? Okay. Then you obviously have the description where we can mention what is the injury that happened. Then we will have this that if the doctor is there, if the already treatment received or waiting for treatment, this kind of data will be captured in the injury incidents, right? Then fixed property incident. Fixed property incidents. Why I'm telling these terms now? It will be easy. If you tell no vehicle incidents, injury incident, fixed property incidents, then they will know you are in touch. You are already working in those things, no? So these words you just you will have to keep it top of your mind. Fixed property incidents, you can tell vehicle incidents, injury incidents, okay, like that. So fixed property incident means we have a property like home, correct? You can insure our home also. Then farm is there. Okay, farm. These are all examples of fixed property incidents. So in a house, somebody can theft can happen. If they have insurance, then you will have a theft incident, correct? On the fixed property, you will say what are the items stolen. If the it will be fixed property incident. If the last inside that, there will be option. The car is stolen means you will get those fields. What are the items stolen? What is the value of the total dollar amount of the value which got stolen, or if it's vandalism and theft means those in the PCF they will show those fields, but ultimately it's a fixed property incident. Okay, but some um, vendors or some clients may have theft incident as a separate incident type itself. Okay, that and all is up to their that's why we have this flexibility in Guideware. No, you can always add new incident types and and solve their requirement purpose. If they want to be under fixed property incident, it makes sense. Otherwise, if they want to treat a separate incident type also, we can do that. Okay, but generally for fixed property incident, you can give the house and farm as an example. Okay, any house can also get damaged by catastrophe also. Like some tree has fallen, or somebody damaged a fence through a car. Okay, then also the owner can claim. Okay, that is an example of fixed property incident. So here important information is nothing but the property and property location and the description. So some incident screens will be very simple. In case of vehicle, you have a lot of details to capture. In case of injury, you have a lot of details. But fixed property, what happened and where is the location? Okay, so this is the incident. Okay, basically you got incident. Okay, next is exposure. Now only is the main thing. Okay, when exposure comes, we have to get that payment on top of our mind. Okay, exposure is where payment comes. Okay, before that there is no payment. Why? Exposure is the one which maps the coverage, okay, of coverage to the payment. For what coverage you are paying, because we are taking policy, correct? We are taking policy for a particular loss coverage, correct? For example, health insurance. Okay, health insurance will not cover medical checkup, correct? So that is not a coverage. But in case anything happened, okay, unexpected disease or accident, it will cover. So that is a coverage. Okay, unexpected disease, accident, these are all coverages of my policy. Medical checkup is not a coverage. So I cannot create an exposure for medical checkup, but I can create an exposure for my accident in case anything happens. Okay, so that is a payment tracker, correct? So in case you face with what is your exposure, you have to say exposure mainly tracks the payment from coverage to the claimant. Exposure is the one which tracks the coverages. Okay, tracks the payment from the coverage to the claimant, for which coverage we are paying. Okay, that is the thing. These are all Guideware documented definitions I have put here. Exposure is an object associated to the claim which is used to track potential payment or set of related potential payments. Okay, then this point is also very important. Exposure track payment from coverage to claimant. These two I took from Guideware documentation and put it here, so that because sometimes we can face this questions. Okay, we will see with an example so that we understand better. So for example, somebody has a personal auto policy. Okay, then he has made an accident with somebody else's car. Okay, he hit the car. Now on the personal auto policy, assume we have the collision coverage and third party bodily injury damage and property damage. Ultimately this is one. Okay, third party property damage and bodily injury damage. Two
Okay.
coverages. Okay, collision coverage, third party bodily injury damage, and property damage. I just
Okay.
put it as three for understanding, but it is assume these two are one. Okay,
Okay.
one is collision coverage, another is third party, both property and bodily injury. Now this is the coverage. Now when now he has dashed a car. Okay, now his car has got damage. Okay, and his neighbor cars also, third party cars also damaged. Okay, assume third party got a injury. Okay,
Okay.
injury because of now. How many exposures we will create?
Two. Maybe
No.
three.
Yes, that's correct. Three, correct. Yes, that is the main key. That's what I wanted to. Okay, even though you have two coverages, okay, three exposures you can create. What are the three exposures?
Collision, third
Correct,
party
huh?
property damage, and third party bodily injury.
Perfect. Yes, third party property damage. Exactly. That's all. You can now explain easily this entire concept. Correct. In
Yeah.
case you face what is incident, what is expected, you can take this example. You see, this accident is an incident. Okay, vehicle incident you will create. Okay, for bodily injury, what you will create?
Bodily injury is injury incident.
Exactly. That's all. Okay. So if you trail with the example, no, they will get easily convinced. Okay.
Okay.
They will know that you have worked on this. Okay. Now, correct. Whatever you said, that's what I have put here. Correct. Vehicle collision. Okay. Liability, property damage. This is coverage I have put. Exposure one will be this vehicle damage is for liability. This vehicle damage is for insured. Okay. This liability, property, and injury damage, same coverage, different exposure, but which is bodily injury exposure.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what I am thinking. Okay, vehicle collision. Yes, if you see here, something exposure type is there, correct?
Yeah.
So exposure type is also very important to understand. Okay, why we have exposure type? No, so that the claim center can give us the correct UI or screen to capture the data. Okay, so that's why we have the exposure type, because if our vehicle damage, I should get a screen where I can enter vehicle details. Okay, if you see, the coverage is different for one and two. Vehicle collision, first part, this is no third party, but this is third party vehicle collision. Okay, even though it's first party or third party, it's a vehicle only. So further I have to give the vehicle only, vehicle screen only, correct? Even though the coverage is different, but the last type, not the last type, the capturing of the loss is similar. Okay, so that's why we have the concept of exposure type for different coverages. Also, we can have the same exposure type. Okay, but there is something called coverage subtype. Okay, so this exposure type will be a combination of coverage subtype plus coverage. Okay, so now for this coverage also, you have vehicle damage, you will enter all these things. So third person also, he's also having car only. No, there also we are going to enter. So no need to have two different exposure types there. Correct. So this exposure type will map coverage with this coverage subtype. Okay, internally it will have a coverage and coverage subtype. I will explain that another one. It will be very clear in that slide, but you can understand the exposure type concept just a beginning here. Okay, but here the exposure type will be different, because we are going to enter what the person's, how he got injured, what is the injury. Correct. So that will have a different exposure type. That will be bodily injury exposure type. Like this, lot of exposure types are there. For property, we will have different things. Okay, different exposure types. Okay, note that exposures 1 and 2 have the same exposure type, even though their coverage is different. Okay, so if you see here now, for example, one exposure is there. Okay, now you have choose by coverage. So this is the covered stuff. Correct. Vehicle, this is the coverage. Okay, and the rightmost one is a coverage subtype. Okay, vehicle you have insured, liability, body injury, and property damage is simply a coverage. Correct. So when this coverage and coverage subtype is combined, no, that will become the exposure type. They have the exposure type: bodily injury, property damage, vehicle damage. Correct. See, I have a coverage for my bodily injury and property damage and vehicle damage. Everything I have in the coverage. But now what happened? Bodily injury happened, or property damage, or his car is damaged. Correct.
Yeah.
All three can happen. Then we will create all three kinds of these things. Correct.
Correct.
So here we have three types of exposure types. If you see, bodily injury is a different one, property damage is different, vehicle damage is different one.
Correct.
And again, exposure type is a combination of coverage plus the specific coverage subtype. Got it, no? Now with this only, I don't know what is exposure type. Correct. Liability, if I say only coverage, liability, bodily injury and property damage and vehicle damage, what is the exposure type? You cannot tell me. But when I say property damage has happened, maybe he hit the car, now I can say then okay, property damage exposure type. You can say, no, when coverage subtype is coming into picture, or his property not damaged, I hit him. Okay, then bodily injury, he has accident, means now what? Liability, bodily injury will come. Bodily injury exposure type. When coverage and coverage subtype combination are there, we can use the exposure type there.
Okay.
According to the laws.
Okay.
You can take this screenshot or something. Okay, this is very easy example for you to explain.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think, okay, one exposure can have one incident only. Okay, as far as I have seen, we are mapping, when you go to the exposure, you map a single incident to the exposure. Correct. Some incident happening. Okay, but I will confirm that. Okay, because in some clients, they have overcome this restriction. Okay, but I don't think it makes any sense. But for now, as far as I remember, for example, say we have in this case itself, we have what you can say, bodily injury. Okay, one incident is there. Correct. If in the bodily injury incident, you will specify the who is injured. Okay, where and all he is injured. Correct. You will third party or first party, everything you will specify in the incident. Okay, then for that particular claimant only, we are going to create exposure. No, if some other person is injured, you are going to create another incident only. Correct. So ideally, one exposure will be mapped to one incident only. Ideally, normal scenario. Okay. They will not ask. Okay, the thing is, if you explain with the example, no, they will be satisfied. Okay, she has worked in that, she's telling all the functional points. If they have the doubt only, they will go inside and ask all the these questions. Okay, these are all technically would have worked. No, we don't need it actually.
Okay.
In the setup, how it is that we are going to use it and do modifications. Okay, but there are always boundaries. Somebody can go and change the rules. Okay, some client can have this kind of exceptional thing, but generally incident is mapped to exposure. That's why a claim has array of incidents, but exposure, in the exposure entity, you will have only one incident ID.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, remind me, I will double confirm by checking in my current client code also. Exposure incident ID mapping. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Next, so till now you are clear, no? This concept, exposure, coverage, subtype, exposure type, these three things.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any doubt? We can revisit, no issues.
No.
Okay, these examples you can take. Okay, policy. Personal auto is always easy. We can easily connect to.
Yeah.
Right now. So that's why I'm taking this one. Somebody insured a car, something happened. What is the particular exposure we are creating based on the coverage and coverage subtype? Okay. This is the best example. Okay. Then now, so now we have seen what is claim. Okay, what is incident? What is the exposure? Okay, exposure means what? Immediately you have to.
It is tracking the coverage to the claimant.
Perfect. Yes, that is the thing. Coverage to the payments. Okay. Then you can tell with example. Immediately you can tell so that next. And one more thing, Deepa. So these questions are fine. Okay. If you're going for interview, no, first thing they will ask is about the projects you have worked. Okay.
Okay.
So you have your resume, no? In that you you remember the projects you have worked.
I remember, but
Okay.
not much actually.
Okay, so you do one thing. Okay, first you would have try to recollect. Okay, recollect what project you worked. Okay, at least outline. If you give the outline, we can build it up. Okay, write it in a note or something, because that will be the very first question. Okay, what is the project you have worked? What are the projects you have worked on?
Okay.
So you can say, I have worked in claim center configuration project, integration project, configuration. I have developed a new rule set. It should not be very simple. Entire it should be from top to bottom, or you can say I have for example, no, any batch you have written, anything you have written, or even if you have not written, no, some batch is there which will do a end-to-end process. Like for example, there will be some batch. Okay, it will. I'm telling from my experience. It is both inbound and outbound. Okay, it will. What it will do, whenever you are creating a check and the check is issued, no, okay, it will pull that check and it will put it in a database staging table. Okay. Uh, how it will put, no, as soon as the check is issued, uh, the batch will look for issued checks only. From a daily it will run from some particular time to particular time. It will pick up the checks which are in issued state. Okay. Then it will collect all the data from the check and put it in another table, staging AFI table, where you have a column. Okay, that column will be uh, uh, a predefined column. For example, you have a 20 strings in that column. First five will be the pay name. 6 to 11 will be check number. Okay. 11 to 12 will be pay phone number, something like that. A string which is predefined. Okay. It will put in the staging AFI. Then this is one thing. Another batch will no, as part of the same batch, all these staging AFI columns will be picked and put it in a text file. It will put it in some outbound folder. Okay. So this is a outbound. Okay. This is input for the bank.
Okay.
The bank will cross check what are the things, and from this, and it will send another file. What are the checks it has cashed out. Okay. That file is now we will process that file with another batch. Okay. We will read that file and we will compare with our database. Okay. He is giving this first record as this thing. I have. What is my status? Okay, I can clear this check now. Yeah, this check has failed. I don't have any response for my check. Okay, then I will void that check. So this is what inbound. Okay. You can use this also if you can develop on this. Okay, it's a check reconciliation batch. We can say it. Okay, it will check the synchronicity from the issuing side to the vendor who processing bank. We are issuing the check. Processing bank is processing the check. Okay, both are in sync or not. So here two batches are involved. Okay, so there is a lot of scope for you to explain. This batch is there. I read this batch. This batch will go on to check, issue to check. It will put it in the bank. Then it will put it in the file. Okay. Then another batch will, and inside this you have concept of different bank will have different file. One will give XML. One will give flat files. Okay. So we can have based on the bank name, we will call the appropriate processor. Like this you can develop. Okay, that is so you try to come up with at least two projects. Okay, minimum. Okay, minimum two projects. Okay, because this one you can explain. Next to what you did, definitely they what else they will ask. Correct. 2 to 3 is safe. Okay. If you have any difficulty, you can tell me. I will try to help you.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Next 1 minute. Water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can move on to transactions. Okay.
Okay.
Coverage subtype we have seen. Transaction starts from exposure. Okay. As soon as you have an exposure, what we are creating reserve for that, and for that reserve line. Okay. Exposure will have reserve line, and reserve line, against that reserve line only we are making payments. Okay. And one exposure can have multiple reserve lines. Okay.
Okay.
Here it will be confusing, but it is not something weird. Okay. Only thing is exposure is there. We are going to make for only one coverage for an exposure. No, exposure is there. You created a bodily injury exposure, or you created a vehicle collision exposure. You are going to pay only for that vehicle collision on that exposure. Okay. But why two reserve lines is there is something called claim cost. Okay. Loss cost and expense cost.
Yeah.
Okay. For the vehicle collision, if you create, generally loss cost is the one we pay for the claimant, correct?
Yeah.
And expense is the one we pay for the vendors. Okay. That's why we have multiple reserve lines. In case you face this question, okay, exposure, as soon as exposure is there, we are going to create reserves for the exposure through the reserve line. Okay. In the reserve line, claim cost is okay. Why we need expense cost? Okay. For example, some vehicle collision happened. Okay. Now somebody has to inspect the vehicle and say and estimate this much is a loss. So we have to pay that, no?
Yeah.
Which is a expense cost, which we are not giving to the claimant, but for this kind of expenses.
Okay.
So you can create reserve line for expense claim cost. Okay. Then you are going to make the payment against that transaction. So that's why you will see in a lot of validation rules say, see, it's a claim cost, payment type is claim cost or expense, they will say. Correct. I think it's payment type only, exact field-less. Yeah. Okay. So this one you are understanding, exposure is there. Further, you are setting aside amount for that reserve line, collision, for example, collision reserve line. Okay. Claim cost, expense cost, you are creating reserve lines and you are making payment on that reserve lines through a check. Correct. And which is going to check will be delivered finally to the payee. Okay. Next.
So reserve line comes into picture only during payment.
Yes, correct. Only during the payment. Okay. For the reserve line only, we are making the payment against the reserve line. And again, they have a lot of exceptions. Okay. But yes, reserve will always be there. Only thing is, some people will not make it as a eroding payment. For example, in generally, you have 1,000 reserve. Okay. And I make a payment of 500, reserve line will erode and it will show as 500. Remaining will be 500. Correct. Now you make another 600 payment. Okay, the reserves will be zeroed out, or it will even sometimes it will block you. You don't, reserve is not there. In some scenarios, in some clients, no, they will configure it such that you can exceed reserves. Payment. Okay. That how you will do that? You have the config.xml. Okay, in that you have a tab called financial parameters. There you have these things. In case they ask, can you make a payment above the reserves? Yes, by configuring the payment exceeds reserves property in the config.xml. Okay. And by how much? Also you can specify by 100, or if you say 200, I can pay. If the remaining reserve is 500, I can pay up to 700. Okay. Eroding payments, somebody will keep them as non-eroding. Okay. Non-eroding means reserve will simply there for tracking purpose. For example, you create 1,000 reserve, I create $1,500 check also, nothing will happen. Reserve will simply say as 1,000. But that is not usual. Generally, we have eroding only, which will minus from the reserve. Then only it will be a proper calculation, no? So that we know payment has exceeded reserve or not. Okay. We will always talk about the ideal stuff only. In case they ask only, we have to explain this is possible. Reserve will be there. Reserve will be zeroed out as and when we pay the amount. Okay. For example, and one more example, if you set the payment exceeding reserves allowed, okay, allowed, and you say you have 1,000 reserve and you make 1,500 payment, okay, what will be the remaining reserves?
Can you come again with question?
You have a reserve, okay, you have a reserve of five say 1,000. Okay, and now you made a payment of 1,500.
Okay.
What will be the remaining reserves?
Minus 500.
Okay, that is wrong actually. Okay. Why? because it will never be negative. Okay, it will always create a reserve and it will zero out the reserves. It will be zero. It will never be negative. Okay.
Okay.
Just keep that in.
Even though the payment exceed reserve parameter.
Yes, is there? It will create another 500 reserve at the back end. Okay.
Okay.
And it will zero out whatever was paid. It will not go to negative. Okay. At the back end, it will create another reserve for that. As you have already allowed it, no? It will zero out the reserves.
Okay.
The concept is reserves cannot be negative. That is the concept. It will always zero out.
Okay. So even if the payment exceed reserves is set to false, like there is no amount set, even then it will zero out.
In that case, you can never, you will not be able to pay at all.
Pay the pay. Okay, do the payment. Yeah. Okay.
It will stop you. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, four types of transactions. Okay. One is payment. Obviously, you know, reserve transaction. Okay. Recovery reserve and recovery transaction. Payment transaction is the main thing. Payment and reserve both are important. Okay. These are subtypes of transaction now. Okay. What are the transactions? What are the subtypes of transactions? Now, immediately, yeah, there are 4 types of transaction: payment, reserve, recovery reserve, and recovery transaction. These are the main types of transactions. So payment transaction is, you know, we are making payment to the claimant for their coverage, okay, through a check. Okay. Check through the checks. Okay. So payment transaction. Reserve transaction is the money we set aside for making the payments for particular coverages.
Okay.
Correct? No, the money we are setting aside. Okay. So whenever you make the payment, the amount in the reserve will get depleted. Correct? No. Next, recovery reserve it's a reverse actually. Okay. Recovery reserve is amount you expect to get from something. I am expecting $1,500 from this salvage. So you will create a recovery reserve transaction of 1,500. Okay. So recovery transaction is the actual recovery from a salvage. Or subrogation means, you know, right?
Yeah.
Correct. No, somebody third party is only from whom you will collect. Salvage is a total loss.
Yeah.
Scrapping, from the scrapping, how much you are getting, that is the incoming amount. So recovery reserve, so 1,500 means after I get 500, I think recovery reserve will become 1,000.
Okay.
The reverse, same case. This 4 things is easy only, no? We can go to the next one. So this is important. Okay, transaction set. Transactions are not simply alone. Okay, they are always a part of transaction set. Okay. How, for example, you are creating reserves. Okay, you have seen the actions, no, new reserves, new payment screen.
Yeah.
Correct. No. Oh, super. New reserves. When you go to the screen, you will be able to create reserves for every exposure, which is at a validity to pay. Okay. Say you have a bodily injury exposure. Okay. You are going to set reserve screen. You have selected this exposure. Okay. You have selected the claim cost, and now you are saying you are going to set a 500 reserve line.
Okay.
Okay. Again, adding item. You are creating another reserve for the same exposure, but you are going as expense cost. Another 500. Now you are taking another feature. Vehicle collision. You are setting an exposure of $1,000. Now, how many items you have created? 3. One is for the claim cost, bodily injury, expense cost, bodily injury, claim cost, vehicle collision. 3 reserves you are creating for 2 exposures. Okay. Now all these 3 you are saving. No. These 3 will be part of the same transaction set.
Okay.
Okay. From the transaction set, you will have inside the transaction set, you will have 3 transactions. So transaction is an array in transaction set.
Okay.
Got it? No.
Okay.
At the time you are saving. No. It's in the documentation. An easy way to understand this concept is of transaction set is think of it as all of this reserve lines created at one time in the set reserve screen. Whatever you are creating and saving will be a part of same transaction set. Inside that transaction set, you will have an array of transactions, and transaction will have a reference ID to the transaction set. Correct? That is this ID. Generally, you know which belongs to. And important thing is transaction amount. Okay. In the transaction, You will know what is a reserve line. This transaction can be what? A payment, a reserve, or a
Recovery.
recovery or reserve. Payment
Yeah.
against which reserve line? Okay. Status. Status also we will come again. Like it is submitted, submitting, draft, or what is that? Okay. Subtype is what? You can tell me.
Subtype is if it is reserve payment or
Perfect.
recovery
Yes.
reserve recovery.
Yes. Correct. No. Transaction. This will be just different table. It will be a type list. Okay. CCTL underscore transaction status. I think. Okay. From there, you have a predefined set of values. Reserve, as you said, reserve, payment, recovery, reserve. Okay. Got it. No transaction amount. This also when you are making a check, no. Or see how do you know what is this? Also they asked in interview. Okay. What is the exact amount you are paying? Which field you will see? You can say easily say it's transaction means it's a transaction amount. Okay. Even if it is correct or wrong, if you say this, it's okay. She knows the transaction amount. That is correct thing only, because that is a transaction amount. No, whatever you are making the payment, that the amount is we can get it from the transaction amount. That's why I added these fields. Okay. Then transaction set. In case they ask, you can say every transaction is not single. It's a part of transaction set. Okay. And for example, you can say the reserves thing. In case they ask in payment, okay, that also I have added. Okay, payment in the sense one payment, one check can result in multiple payments.
Okay.
This is correct or wrong?
One check
can have multiple payments. Yes, actually, okay. It is slightly confusing. These are all purely for interview purpose only. Okay. This will hardly serve you in real time working. Okay, because real time working, whatever is already there, you're going to follow the same thing only. Okay. But for interview purpose, I added all these things. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
A check can have multiple payments.
Okay.
Okay. We'll see that. So before that, within the context of ClaimCenter, a payment transaction is a monetary amount that is paid to satisfy a claim, correct? Whatever is claimed to satisfy that, we are making some transaction. Okay. So every payment is associated with exactly one reserve line. You agree? We saw that. What is the reserve line you are creating in the set reserve screen? Correct. Only after that you can make the payment.
Yeah. Correct.
If you don't set reserves, if you go to check screen, if you will not get anything in the reserve line drop down.
Correct.
Okay, remember, no? Yes. The reserve line can be associated with multiple transactions. This is where you can get a little bit confused. Okay, because payment we are going to make for one loss to one claimant. Where does the concept of multiple things are coming is a problem. Correct. One exposure is that somebody damaged their vehicle, you are going to pay him for the what is that loss. Why multiple? Okay. The thing is, no, as far as I saw, there are line items you can add. Okay, in the check screen. This is purely for tracking purpose. Okay. This is not so you can add different line items inside the check screen. They have further detailed explanation about the some property fence $500, wall $2,000. Then this will be two payments.
Okay, that is why they say multiple payment.
Correct, multiple payment, but it's a single check. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose claim he has his neighbor's car and a fence. Okay, liability property damage. The claim has an exposure on with one reserve line only. Okay, the claim center creates two payments. You simply add a line item. Associated with the reserve 1,000 for the damage to the car and 600 for the damage to the fence. This and all only for interview purpose. Okay, and when we have our claim center up now, we can see this in screen. And we can see the database also. You will see two payment transactions in this transaction set. Okay. As soon as we create line item and we query the transactions table, we will see two transaction items. Okay. So I just added this adding line item in the check creation step just for the tracking purpose. Okay. Okay. This did this tell anything about the installables?
Yeah, he sent me that ClaimCenter folder yesterday.
Oh, super. Okay.
Yeah.
We can try to connect to H2 console itself. Okay, so that we can see these things. No, it'll be even more clear. We will try to add line item and see. In case they ask in interview, for now, yes, one payment associated with one reserve line. Okay, but one check can contain multiple payments by adding line items. Each line item will form a new row in the transaction table.
Okay. I have an older version of ClaimCenter in my
Oh,
system.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay, you have, okay. You have, very good. Okay, you have it up, running.
Yeah.
Wow,
Please,
super. Okay, you can see that. Okay, you can also try it out. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, we can connect like next class or something, no? Because we have some. We will definitely see that. Okay, you can.
Okay.
If you see that, it will be easy to remember. Oh, we added here it in the back and it's coming like that. Okay. Next thing. So this one is concept is you are clear.
Yeah.
Clear now. Okay. You have to remember from the exposures we started. For the exposure, you create reserve in the set reserve screen for a particular reserve line. Okay. In the reserve line, against the reserve line, you make the payment transaction. Okay. And 4 types of transaction: payment, reserve, recovery, and recovery reserve. Recovery is incoming money. Okay, that you know. Recovery, sometimes they will ask, okay, what is recovery? Immediately you can say the money we are expecting to be collected through either a subrogation or salvage or some other means. Okay, subrogation, salvage, classic examples.
Okay.
Next, transaction set visa, transaction set with example visa. So payments, why I added this is payment can have a single check can have multiple payments. That is a concept in one line. Okay, one check can have multiple payments by adding more line items to the check. Now we are going to checks. Okay, what is a check? Okay, check means there are only the payee is coming to picture. If you see, till now we didn't go to the payee at all. We are talking about the ClaimCenter reserve, payment, transaction set only. Okay, we never talked about pay. Okay, so when check coming into picture, we have the pay details mainly. Apart from check, will hold both the payment details and the pay details. Okay, check will have a reference to payment. Okay, you are making, because payment is a result of check. No, once you create a check, only payment is created. Correct. So if you see the concept we saw in the last slide, you can see here. One check has you remember this only, you can answer. Correct. It's an array of payments. Okay, this itself is enough. No need to explain them everything and all. Check is a array of payments. So yes, definitely multiple payments are allowed. Okay. So what is check? Check is a ClaimCenter concept that may include EFT as well as physical check. You would have seen this when you create a check. It will ask EFT or normal check. Don't say manual check. Okay, physical check. Manual check is different. Okay, we'll go there later. Physical check, it can be EFT or a normal check. You can say like that. Okay. So EFT, if you select EFT, they have different rules to process those checks. Correct. If you select normal check, they have different set of rules to process that checks. Correct. So check transfers money from the carrier to the payee. Check will have both the payment related details as well as details about the check payee, to whom you are paying, to which address the check need to be delivered. All those things will be in the check. And this is a good point. Check is a group of one or more payments to be sent to the payee. Simple. Okay. These are all documented definitions. You can use one or two of these things. Okay. In addition to payment level information such as amount, this is the thing. In addition to payment level information, okay, amount and reserve line. How you will get the amount and reserve line? Check will itself have a reportable amount field. Okay, reportable amount is, apart from that, you can go to the payment is nothing but transaction. No, check dot payments dot first or whatever and get the amount also. And from the in the payment you will have the reserve line, no, against which reserve line it is paid in the transaction. A check include information about who the payments are made to and how. Okay. Perfect. No, to whom you are paying and how, EFT or physical. Okay. Everything will be in the check.
Okay. The payment method only will have if it is
how?
EFT or physical.
Correct. Yes. Okay. Payment method. Yes. That's correct. And issue date. Issue date is used in a lot of processing. Okay. With the issue date only, we'll come there. What is issued? What is this thing and all. Okay. Okay. So check life cycle is very important. Okay. Okay. This is a very, very standard interview question. So like you have like 3 to 4 years experience or in ClaimCenter or
close to 5.
Close to 5. Okay. So check life cycle. Okay,
Mm.
as soon as you create a check, okay, it will be in a draft state. Okay, draft before you submit and or save the check. Okay, once you save, if the user, the whatever user you have logged in has the proper authority limit, then it will directly go to awaiting submission.
Okay.
If you don't have the proper authority limit, okay, say you have either you don't have the authority limit for that combination of thing at all, or your amount is low, you have only 5,000 and the check is for 6,000, it will go to pending approval. Correct. Pending approval means your supervisor, it will go. He will be created an activity to either approve or reject this. Okay. Once he approve that, your check status will move to awaiting submission.
Okay.
Suppose you rejected, that's the cycle ends. It will just go to rejected. You have to create a new check only.
Okay.
Okay. This is the first thing. In case they ask about check life cycle, start with this. It will be after submitting. If I have the proper authority limits we will learn separately, because next question will be what is authority limit. Okay.
Okay.
Correct. So once you submit, if I have the user has a proper authority limit, directly goes to awaiting submission. If he doesn't have the proper permissions or limit, it will go to the supervisor for the approval. So that time check will be in pending approval state.
Okay.
Okay. And then requesting is what? No, always check is we are going to send to some external system. Correct. Which is probably a bank, a processing bank. Okay. So when awaiting submission means after awaiting submission, some batch will run internally. Okay. Some financial batch will run and move this to the next step. Okay. Which means the check is ready to be sent to the external system.
Okay.
Okay. Then once you send it to the external system can also deny it. That's due to some reason. Okay. Then it is denied. Otherwise, if it's requested, means the external system it has reached. Our check has reached the external system. Okay. Then they will issue the check and then they will deliver the check. Cleared means it is delivered to the payee.
Okay.
Issued means issued out of the bank. Cleared means check has reached the payee and he has cashed out.
Okay.
Okay. This then when you are in pending approval or awaiting submission, now you cannot void the check. You can only delete the check. You cannot have a void the check concept. Okay. When it is in pending approval or it is awaiting submission, no, you cannot. You will not have the void button. You will simply delete the check.
Okay.
Okay. Once it is in requesting state, you can have the option of void. You don't want, for some reason you don't want that. You will click the void button will be enabled that time only. Then also it is pending void, and this voided, no. Why they are making it as voided here? Because you void the check. This is a in between layer between our internal external. No? Sometimes the check might have reached the external system. Okay. Unless you get, I told one batch, no, from the bank they will see the file. Okay. If that check is not coming for 2-3 days, then they will move from pending void to voided.
Okay.
Suppose by mistake they cashed out the check, no, it will go to payment exception status and adjuster will do manual action. No, this check was not supposed to be sent. So that and all he has to do. That's why they have a pending void. To confirm that external system also has voided or stopped it. After that notification is received, they will void it. These are the important check statuses. Okay.
Okay.
You can take a look if you want. You can take a screenshot. Yeah.
So after awaiting submission, it goes to requesting status. So then it goes to the external system after that financial batch.
Yes, it will send it to the external system.
Okay. So if the bank, so when does it go to the requested state?
Actually, we have a lot of batches. Okay, one batch will move to final check. This thing requested, probably we have acknowledging thing, financial acknowledgement status is there. Okay, in that we have a listener queues. Okay, which will listen, and it will then it is making it a requested.
Okay.
Message listeners are there.
Okay.
That will look for the thing, and then only it is requested.
Okay.
Making, but this is a batch, internal batch.
Okay.
Preparing the check to be sent to the external system. This is something bank, it has reached the external thing. Okay.
Okay.
And issued also, they have different concepts. Okay. For issued, issued usually it's a batch only. Okay.
Okay.
Issued, and then cleared is the last step. In local and all, you will never see cleared actually, because local we will never see cleared. No.
Yeah. Only when the customer.
Customer correct.
Just
you have to know the If you start with this itself, they will understand. Okay,
Okay.
pending approval concept. Lot of concepts are there. Requesting it before, then requested, external system issued. Okay, we can go to the next one.
Yeah.
Then, as we discussed, the claim setup rules are also important. Okay, with respect to interview. Okay, whenever you are creating a claim, okay, if in case they know, do you know the SA concept? Nothing. It is very, very simple. Okay, segment, assign, claim, and work plan. W for work plan. Okay. SA concept, or do you know automated claim setup? Simply they ask means, as soon as we create the claim will be segmented and it will be assigned to somebody, and any activities has to be created automatically. This is the initial claim setup.
Okay.
Whenever you're creating the claim, segmenting the claim, okay, assigning the claim to a proper adjuster or user, then creating the automated activities that need to be created. This is the initial setup of the claim. This is a automated setup. Segment is nothing but you have to set the complexity of the claim. Okay. Before segmentation, we will have the pre-setup rules which will create any exposures. Okay. In case it is able to create any exposures, it will create. Okay. Then it will see the complexity of the exposure. Okay. If it is a complex exposure, for example, some injury incident resulted in fatality, somebody died, then it's a complex claim.
Okay.
So why they are putting this? They are to strategize how to process this claim. Okay. If it's a complex claim, they will assign to some other user. Even it can have part in the assignment rules. If it's a simple claim, they will assign to some other user. Correct. No. So that's why segmentation is before assigning the claim. And automatic exposure creation is before segmentation. Why? If you have a simple claim, one exposure is complex, then ultimately claim will be complex only, not simple.
Okay.
That's why in before segmentation that we will come there, but this is simply for automated claim setup. Means these three are main. The complete set of rules are coming next. Okay.
Okay.
Segmenting claim, assigning the claim to proper user based on the loss and the location, loss type, what type of expertise the user has, what type of loss has occurred. Based on assignment rules are separate things. Okay. Based on segment of claim also, claim will be assigned.
Okay.
Then create and assign activities. Activities means some collision or something happened. Immediately activity will be check for the vehicle inspection, audit, something. Vehicle inspection, one activity will be created to the and assigned to some user. Then he has to follow up with the person who will come and audit the vehicle. Correct. So these kind of activities. This is clear, no?
Yeah, that's clear.
You remember segmentation, assign, work plan. Okay.
Okay.
This is even if they don't ask, try to tell this. If they start about claim, no, this will give these things. Next, loaded. Okay. Loaded. We saw, no, loaded will run only for imported claims. Remember this. Okay. It will not run for the normal claim which you create through the UI. There is something called FNOL import. Okay. They have some XML file or some file. They just import the file which has a claim intake. Okay. For that only loaded will run. Okay. Loaded I will explain now itself. Loaded. Okay. Why you need the loaded? Because the claim is coming from external system. Okay. They may have different data. For example, you will have claim last date in one format. Day, for example, month, date, year. Okay. External format may have date, month and year. So you have to convert it before saving to your claim. Okay. Correct. Some cases they will say is fatal, yes or no. They will say as a string as yes, but yours will be Boolean. You will have to read it and set the appropriate field. Okay. Correct. And some other decisions based on the inputs you will have to set. So this kind of conversion has to take data conversion. Loaded rules are mainly required to convert the data which is compatible with the claim center, because the external system can have a different format of data. Correct. So for that only we need the loaded rules. As soon as the claims are loaded, it will check for the fields and it will set the fields appropriately. So it's executed only for import claims and exposure. Exposures also can be imported along with the claims. Okay. Execute actions related to import Actions means whatever the conversion action or logging, even you have to log what are the claims that are imported. Imported claims, you will have to set some particular field to identify that this claim is imported claim. That is also action, correct?
Yeah.
Claim source, you have to set it, correct? These are all examples of the loaded. These things and all you can talk. Then they will know, okay, she's in the field only, like familiar. Nobody has worked on this every time, but knowing these terms now is the key actually.
Okay.
Purpose of this rule category is to make any changes necessary to convert initial claim data from an external format into a suitable structure for ClaimCenter. This is important, okay? Loaded, okay? Next one comes a pre-setup, right? In pre-setup, what you will do?
Pre-setup is creating the exposures.
Yes, perfect. Yes, well, if in case if it's automatic exposure rules are there or anything, it's simple. You can create exposure directly. Okay. Execute actions that must occur at the beginning of the setup process, particularly before segmentation. That is important. Okay. Create automated exposures where needed. If the loss causes collision vehicle, definitely vehicle collision exposure will be there. No. In the last details, you have the last cause collision with vehicle. Directly, we can create the.
Even before the user creates.
Yes, this is automatic exposure. The pre-setup rules. These are all these things, simple things only. We can easily score from this. Okay. Then segmentation we already saw. Put some examples here. If the workers' comp claim, if the injury severity is fatal means somebody died, then automatically segment of the exposure is complex. Okay. Otherwise, if in an auto claim, if the damage is only a broken windshield, then this will be segmented as simple glass.
Okay.
How it is segmented? The claim has a column. Okay. I think the column name is claim segment or something. It is again a type list. That is also important. Okay. Segment claim segment means how you will segment. If you ask, you can tell these examples. In the workers' comp, if somebody says, then it is a complex claim. If it is simply collision, window will only in auto claim. If only windshield is damaged, it is simple glass. Where you will specify how you are marking the claim as simple glass. If you ask, there is a column in the claimed entity, which is a type key. Okay. We have a claim segmentation.ttx file. Okay, it's a type list. It has a predefined set where you can add also. You can add mid, auto, low. Okay, property complex, workers like that. You can add. By default, they have some values. You can add for your business processing. You can add. You might have special processing segment means you can add that also. Then you will have different rules for those claims. This is segmentation. Okay, yeah. Then we will see other rules, other things. I didn't add separate slide. You can assignment. Okay. After segmentation, why assignment is there after segmentation? Because it is one of the inputs for assignment, correct?
Yeah.
Based on the segment also, you will assign to some person. In the assignment rules, it can be used. Then work plan is nothing but the activities. What are the automated activities we can create with the given data? Activities will be created automatically, and then those activities will be assigned. That assignment rules will run again on the activities. Activities as soon as it's created, no, it will be assigned also.
Okay.
That again assignment rules will have activity assignment rules are there. Like claim assignment rules, we have activity assignment rules. Okay. This will be one more question. Okay.
This activities will get created during pre-setup also, or only in work?
No. It will not create in the pre-setup. Okay. It's not that you cannot create. It is not needed. Okay. You have work plan activities separately for a place. Why you will go and create in pre-setup? Okay. You can create in work plan itself. Once the studio is up, now we will see all these things. Pre-setup, segmentation rules, assignment, work plan rules.
Okay.
Post setup. Okay. Post setup is nothing but after all this data, you can mark something. No, you can do that. For example, you have a matter in the claim. Then you can set the litigation status as is litigated. Okay. Or you have a fraud risk indicator based on some activity you have created. There is an activity to check the fraud detection means you can set the fraud detection activity as true. Fraud detection activity is there. Something like the fraud detection activity is set to true. Matter is there means claim is in litigation. Those kind of things you can set in the Post setup. Okay.
Okay.
Reserve you itself know.
Yeah.
As soon as if there are any exposures, okay, for local, if you can create any, okay, the exposure is there, you know, it's a low complete, then just set aside $1,000, create reserve for that. Correct. Then pre-update. Pre-update actually, I don't have an example, but generally we are using this in a lot of real time. No, in pre-update, we will see the pre-update rules. Okay, I will take something from my current project and I will tell you what. I mean, it is something you need to update on the object before the final saving. Okay. Before the finally the claim is saved, you need to set something on the claim object based on other data. You can set it there. You can use a claim pre-update rules. Okay. Validation is simple only. You have a lot of validations. Okay, for the claim, you will be expecting for this claim, automatic exposure should have been created. If the exposure is not there, you can reject. Or you are checking this exposure is there, but reserve is not there. Then also you can reject. Or as simple as that, you are expecting some predefined values for a particular field, but it is not that. Okay. Or if you check that the policy is currently not in force, then also you can reject. These are a lot of business things. So valid is simple. One of the simple thing is the data is simply like last date is in future date. No, then also you can reject the claim.
Okay.
These are the examples of validation rules. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, today that's all I have. These are I planned also. Like I wanted to give the mainly about these things and the claim setup. Okay.
Okay.
So Monday, what we can do? So we have completed till these things. Financials we have seen somewhat. Maybe we can start with. We can continue in financials only. Okay. Because ClaimCenter is mainly financials only. Apart from claim setup, next important thing is financials.
Okay.
Because we are making payment. No, that is a claim. No. So we will see the financial behaviors. Okay, financial upholds, like some claims can never be paid. They will be set in. If you go to some claim, you will never be able to create check because either the policy won't be in force. Okay, or the coverage is null. Something. So there are set of rules which will mark the claim like that. Okay, which is needed. Then that one we can see. Transaction validation rules we can see. Okay, that is also important. Transaction validation rules. Then let me check. I think authority limit we can see that as part of that.
Yeah.
That is also important. Authority limit. When will you go for a transaction? When you will need a transaction approval. Correct. And how you will route it to the user. Okay. How will you mark a particular transaction as it requires approval? Those things we will see. Okay. For example, some transactions there. How will you in the code? How will you make that this transactions should need approval? Okay, there's some method. Okay, transaction that set requires approval. Something is there. Authority limit by default it will set. Apart from that, if you have any other special rules also, we can make the transaction want an approval. Then approval routing rules are there. Okay. Where you will route these things and all. Okay, but I have not prepared slides for that. Okay, I will. But basically, next class I will cover this at least transaction validation rules. Okay, and financial upholds are the financial upholds. These two definitely we will see. I am planning like authority limit and this thing in a separate class itself. Okay. Because that is definitely an interview question. Okay. Authority limit transaction. How do you make a transaction as required as approval? Okay. And how you will route approval routing rules. Any example? Okay. Those things. I will try to accommodate that tomorrow because I have some project work also today. But I will financial upholds definitely I will add it today. Okay. Okay, Deepa. Anything? So, meanwhile, no, you try to come up with 1 or 2 projects. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have one mock interview also. Like, what are the first question is that only introduce about yourself. How many years of experience? What are the projects you worked on? So, what are the projects you have worked on? We need to impress the person. Now, need to not impress in the sense. At least we have to tell some story end to end. correct. No, this
Yeah.
patch, inbound, outbound
Mm.
patch we wrote. Then this itself is a project. Okay, transaction authority limit, and this also we can tell. We
Mm.
had a transaction which needed separate approval,
Mm.
not apart from the authority limit rules. Okay,
Yeah.
we had to check for this particular indicator in the transaction. Then
Mm.
set as required approval as true. Then in
Mm.
approval routing, we will take the transaction,
Mm.
and we will look for the users in the particular group, and then
Mm.
we will assign to them some something like this. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, you
Yeah,
you
I will come up with the projects. And I
yes.
remember my last project was for RSA Canada, okay, and it mostly involved these rules only.
Oh, that is great. Yes, you
Mm.
can tell one integration project and one
Mm.
configuration project.
Okay. Okay.
Three is better. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
that's all.
Okay.
If that's all, one more, the three is always better. Third
Mm.
project, I will give you some project. Now if you come up
Okay.
with two.
Mm.
If you can't have three, I will give some third one, simple
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Sure.